Hey Alex. Okay, so sorry I couldn't get to this earlier. I took a nap and then I thought Jay was working days when he's working nights. It's just anyway. So this deck is the Spirit Song Tarot, and it's a little different than a traditional tarot deck because it doesn't have swords, cups, pentacles, and wands. It has crystals, feathers, shells, and acorns. Excuse me. Anyway, so I'm just going to jump into it. Since this is a new deck, I'm going to read from the book, and then I'm going to add anything that comes to me. So the first question was, what is the real reason for the breakup? Or what should have been done or said but wasn't, which led to the breakup? And that is Harmony and Integrity is the King of Shells. And all of these cards are animals. So, and let me know if any of these animals mean anything to you. So, King of Shells. I'm gonna have to put I don't have my tripod with me, so I'm gonna have to put my phone down for a little bit. Let's see. And shells would be, represents cups. Represents water. King of Shells. Okay, so this is Harmony and Integrity. So, and this is what led to the breakup. With full trust in his own counsel, Seahorse transports messages from divine source. A visionary, he carries a nurturing instinct. Seahorse anchors himself by balancing his emotions through sheer willpower, helping him get through the most turbulent of storms. He enjoys the power of acclamation, while his compassion assists him in dealing sensitively with challenging situations. Seahorse enjoys a harmonious environment and works hard to keep it that way. Survey your position so that you may gain a clearer viewpoint. Allow the flow of the current to guide you to the most opportune path. When clarity shines a light on the best direction, remain focused on your destination. And keywords are integrity, balance, visionary, stability, leadership, emotional intelligence, wisdom, kindness, and healer. So, what I get from this, what led to the breakup is, I feel like it's his emotional, because this Harmony and Integrity, he feels like he could get that harmony from her, which is false. Not that he can't get that from you, but he's trying to balance his emotions, and he's trying to not be overly emotional. He's looking for stability, and he thought that stability could be with her. And like I said, that's false. He felt guided to be with her, but like we both know, that is, that was because of what she did. That's why he followed his gut instinct, but that was clouded by his judgment. He basically tried to follow his heart, but because she was manipulating him, his judgment was clouded. But he's seeking that clarity, and he's seeking that focus in his life, and that stability and harmony. And he thought that was, like I said, he thought that was with her, which I don't really see that as a true statement. I feel like he's just very, he's an emotional being, which is not bad in itself, but he was looking, yeah, he was looking for that stability. Not that he can't find it with you, but he was like, this is the person. And it may have been subconsciously that he was like, I can find the stability I'm looking for with this person. But anyway, so I'm going to move on to the next question. How does your ex really feel about you in the situation? And that's the shaman. I think in traditional tarot, that's the high priest or the high priestess. And this means divine wisdom and spiritual power. So he feels like you're very wise and you're very spiritual. And you're also very free. You're this beautiful eagle that is just you're literally a free, very powerful, very free spirit. And that's, I think he really appreciates that in you. And I think he really respects your wisdom and your spiritual power. I think he does, like I said, subconsciously, I think he respects you a lot. And, you know, like we were talking about the shame and everything, I think he's very, almost embarrassed of, you know, falling prey to this other person's, you know, magic. So let me get the book, and I'm going to read what the book says here. Let's see. Yeah. Eagle is the courageous collector of spiritual knowledge. He holds the ability to connect to higher spirit teachers, rising above and beyond the material world. Eagle thrives in the realm of spirit, yet remains fixed in the realm of earth. He's sharp-sighted and signifies rational thought. Excuse me. I'm having allergies or something right now, so my throat's a little raspy. Moving gracefully through the skies, Eagle will teach you how to conserve and use your own energy wisely. He demonstrates that you can still remain grounded by soaring toward divine wisdom. Eagle will assist you in refining your own spiritual power, which will increase your ability to rise above any challenge. The keywords are advice, teaching, learning, seeking a deeper meaning, traditional, ritual, initiation, and routine. So he does also see you as a spiritual teacher, which I think is really good. But yeah, see, you can fly, but you're still very grounded. And you're not, and it says, you know, you spend a lot of time in the spiritual realm, which is good. But, you know, people like me sometimes are just like, I'm just kind of want to check out of my own life. So I spend time in the spiritual realm, and I don't know how to be grounded, but you know how to do both. And he just really respects that. He really, yeah. And it's not that he doesn't love you. It's just that he really kind of holds you on a pedestal as this very powerful, very wise person that he respects so much. And yet he's so embarrassed and kind of ashamed. So, what are the chances of getting back together or staying friends? And that's the Hanged Man. Which the Hanged Man, it just means you're in a, he feels stuck. He feels stuck right now. But if you have patience, you will be able to get through it. The Hanged Man, to me, is interesting because a lot of the time, he's shown as being blindfolded. So he's stuck, but he doesn't know how to get out of it. And I think you both are like, something's got to give, something's got to, you know, something's got to give, something, eventually something, you know how like, those like river stones are, they're worn smooth by the water and then eventually they crack. Something's got to eventually crack with this girl. Something eventually has got to chip away or wear her down. Something eventually has got to just, something's got to give. So, so let me, let's see, that was number 12. And praying mantis, patience and perspective. So, and that's interesting that it says perspective, because maybe can you kind of step back from the situation and look at it objectively? Because I know my situation right now, it's very hard for me to look at it objectively because I'm too close to the subject. So, a prophet of calm and patience, praying mantis changes his landscape by hanging upside down, reveling in a moment of observance and clarity while he waits. This is a time of suspension between the physical and spiritual worlds. He is your guide in opening yourself to new perspectives, through which you will discover solutions and gain new insight. When life is at a standstill, look to the past for lessons learned, yet look to the future through the eyes of spirit renewed. A shift in perspective develops foresight, which will bring a sense of peace and understanding in where you want to go. In the stillness of meditation, you're accessing greater depth of wisdom and creativity. Keywords are perspective, patience, enlightenment, sacrifice, prophecy, and letting go. So, I think right now, because I know you're frustrated. I feel it, trust me. I know you're frustrated. Can you kind of say right now, you know, I've done my spells, you've done your spells. And I know it's really frustrating when your spells don't work right away. Trust me, I know. Can you kind of say, okay, I've done my part. I've made it easier. I've made it clear that, you know, his way back to me is without obstacle. And it's all on his part now. But can you kind of let it go temporarily to say, whatever happens, happens. And then, I hate to say that because I know how frustrating that is, but that might be your lesson right now, is to kind of let it take its own course. Because we can only magic so much, we can only manifest so much, because, you know, we can magic until all of our energy is depleted. And then the universe is like, but it's not time for that yet. So, I think you really just need to be a little patient right now. I know that's hard to say and it's hard to hear, but I think it's going to be worth it. So, the last question right now is, what is the best course of action for you at this time? Not for him, but for you. And that's the renewal and enlightenment, and that's the peacock. And I think this is actually the death card. Because they don't have a death card in this, I don't think. Yeah, this is the death card. Or is this the tower? I think this is a death card, but anyway. The death card is actually kind of beautiful, because when you think about it, nothing ever really dies. And nothing ever really just goes away. So his love for you has not died, and your love for him has not died. It may take a new form. You know, after this stuff with, what's her name, Bridget, he may say, hey, you know, I just need a friend. I don't want to be in a relationship right away. So it may take a different form, but this is just the message that you need to hear. And it says renewal and enlightenment. Peacock is watchful and dignified. Trust in the wonders of the future, that the future holds. Her feathers are associated with resurrection, a rising from the ashes. It is now time to shed the feathers of your past and be rid of your old ways of thinking. Step into the beauty of your individuality with a new plume of self-confidence, graced with the vision to see ahead. Peacock will direct you in making all of the changes you desire. Changes will result in new patterns and breakthroughs. This is a time of inner development and new beginnings. Great things are able to take place. Be mindful of your dream state, as it will bring forth revelations and ideas that will help you shape your new reality. Allow the new to emerge. You are the divine self reawakened. Keywords are renewal, enlightenment, revelation, spiritual awakening, healing, and new purpose. So, you know, I do feel like this breakup, I don't feel like it's permanent. But, you know, like you said, and, you know, you remember your past lives with him and past life with her and all this stuff. You know, it may be time to let go of those old ways of thinking about everybody's role in this. But I know you are confident. And I wish I had just a teeny tiny bit of it. But be your badass self and be like, you know what? I love you, but I don't need a man. And I wish I could do that because trust me. So just hold your head high and know that everything, I know this, I hate to say it, but everything happens for a reason. You know, life is weird. Life is really weird, but once you're past this, you're going to look back and be like, man, wow, I made it through that. I know this is kind of short and sweet, but that's all I got right now. I do have my pendulum and my pendulum board with me. If you have any specific questions, I can ask them. I can... I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, let me know what you think. I haven't done a reading in a while, so I'm a little rusty. But, yeah, just let me know. I can, if you find a spread that you want me to do, I'll do it. I can do the Celtic Cross and do it without the prompt. Without the prompt questions, because the Celtic Cross kind of shows, where you've been, where you're going, and it's not going to tell everything, because the future isn't written yet. The future isn't set in stone. The actions that we take today can mold the future. So, if you see something in the future that you don't like, it's kind of a heads up to be like, hey, this is what's coming. But today you can take actions to either prevent it or change it. So, yeah, so I can do Celtic Cross for you. I can do pretty much anything. So, all right, let me know. And I hope you're having a great day. Sorry this took so long. I'm getting nervous reading for new people. But anyway, all right, I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.